Welcome back to The Observable Unknown. Tonight we approach a human capacity that has been alternately sanctified, sensationalized, and misunderstood. Trance, not as spectacle, not as superstition, as method, as craft, as a deliberate shaping of attention. Before there were clinics, before there were laboratories, there were rhythms, breath patterns, whispered repetitions, and the quiet narrowing of awareness. Cultures across continents discovered the same truth without exchanging a single word. Perception can be tuned. Let us begin with a simple proposition. Trance is not an escape from reality. It is a recalibration of what reality is allowed to enter. The nervous system is never passive. It filters, it gates. It decides which signals are granted an audience and which remain outside the threshold. In ordinary waking life, that gate is wide and noisy. In trance, it grows selective. A single tone becomes luminous. A repeated phrase gains weight. A breath becomes architecture. Ernest Hilgard approached this with uncommon sobriety. Working at Stanford, he described hypnosis not as theoretical surrender, but as divided consciousness. One stream of attention absorbs the suggestion, another watches from a quiet distance. He called this the hidden observer, a witness that remains intact even while experience deepens. This distinction matters. Absorption is not annihilation. A disciplined trance preserves authorship even as it reshapes sensation. Michael Lifshitz and contemporary researchers studying absorption invite us to reconsider trance as a spectrum rather than as an anomaly. Some minds enter imagery easily, some enter rhythm, some enter prayer. Absorption is the nervous system's capacity to let an inner representation become experientially vivid. When a listener disappears into music, when a reader vanishes into a page, when a practitioner enters deep prayer, the mechanism is not foreign, it is intensified attention. Tanya Luhrmann's work on prayer adds a crucial layer. She observed that repeated spiritual practices train perception itself. Over time, practitioners report a growing sense of presence, as if an inner voice acquires depth and texture. The significance here is cognitive, not doctrinal. Practice reorganizes salience. What the mind attends to becomes more real. This is trance as technology, structured repetition, guided imagery, rhythmic focus, not illusion, but learned orientation. Hypnotic absorption often includes attentional narrowing. Competing stimuli recede, suggestion gains clarity, time stretches or collapses. Neuroimaging studies examining hypnotic states have observed altered connectivity in networks involved in monitoring effort and self-reliance. The experience of agency can shift. Sensation may feel lighter, pain may feel distant. The nervous system learns a different hierarchy of importance. And rhythm. Rhythm has always been humanity's quiet engineer. Ritual chant, drum pulse, synchronized breath, the body aligns to external tempo, and cognition follows. Entrainment is not poetic language. It describes the coupling of neural timing to patterned sound or movement. A steady rhythm can soften internal noise faster than any sentence. Language persuades, rhythm reorganizes. Across cultures, trance appears wherever attention is shaped with intention. Monastic chant, Sufi turning, hypnotic induction, athletic flow, communal singing. The surface symbols change. The underlying physiology remains recognizably human. Yet there is an ethical edge here that cannot be ignored. The same mechanisms that deepen compassion can also be exploited to narrow thought. Trance can heal, trance can persuade, trance can bind. A responsible practice preserves the observing strand Hilgard described, a quiet awareness that remains awake even while experience grows immersive. For the listener, this is not an abstract theory. You already enter small trances each day, driving while thoughts drift into story, listening to a melody until the room fades, falling into a memory that feels more immediate than the present does. The invitation is not to abandon clarity. It is to recognize that clarity often arrives through physiology before it arrives through argument. If you wish to explore trance gently, begin with restraint rather than intensity. Reduce competing inputs. Introduce a slow rhythm. Allow a single phrase to anchor the breath. Notice the shift without chasing it. Let the state arise rather than forcing it. Trance is not the opposite of awareness. It is a refined form of it. There are moments when ordinary consciousness is simply too loud to hear the quieter structures of experience. Structured attention allows perception to breathe again. If this interlude stirred reflection in you, I'd love to hear all about it. Please contact me through any of my websites, crowscupboard.com, theobservableunknown.com, or drjuancarlosrey.com. And wherever you have listened to this interlude, please consider leaving a review and a rating. Your words help this work find those who are ready to listen. Until next time, this has been The Observable Unknown.